believe that anything good, who don't even who don't even believe that any good thing can come out of Nigeria. But here you are. You are here because you believe. You are here because you know that things can be done different. You are here because you believe that Nigeria can change. And despite the difficulties, despite the challenges, you are here to dream together with other Nigerians. And that is why we celebrate you. Okay. Um, Once again, I say a very big welcome. And I'm hoping that the same way I've been able to speak to you guys at the start of the fellowship, I'll be here also at the end during the graduation to also celebrate you for making it to the finish line. Welcome and welcome. Okay. Um, um, One of the things I would like to say is that today is not just a start of a program. Okay. Maybe you are here. This is not the first fellowship you've ever attended. Maybe it is. Maybe you've heard of other fellowships or you've been involved in some form of leadership program, some form of leadership project in Nigeria. And maybe you might think that this is okay, one of those programs. But one thing I will tell you is that this is not just a program. This is a call to responsibility. This is a call to action. This is a call. This is a call for us to be intentional about the future and destiny of our nation. Nigeria is not just a geographical location. Nigeria is a people. Okay. So if we come now and say, let's take every human being in Nigeria away from Nigeria, what happens is that other neighboring nations will encroach. And when they encroach, you will just suddenly see that this geographical location known as Nigeria, first of all, they will change on the map. And not just they will change in the map, the name will also change. Okay, and if you come back 20 years later or 50 years later, you will hear people say there used to be a country here called Nigeria. So it's to tell you that Nigeria is not just a geographical location, Nigeria is a people. Nigeria is you and I. So each time you hear someone say Nigeria is useless, I want you to personalize it. Somebody is saying that I am useless. Anytime you hear someone say that Nigeria cannot work, I want you to personalize it. It means that you cannot work. Anytime you hear somebody say that Nigeria can never be changed again, I want you to personalize it. That they are saying that you cannot change again. And if you are someone who is also making that statement, I want you to come into full realization of what you are saying. Because each time you mention Nigeria in a statement, whether it is positive or negative, you are mentioning about you. Because we, the people, we, the human beings that reside in Nigeria, are the Nigerians. And we are the ones that give this geographical location that name, that relevance, that place it has in history. It has in the history of time. That uniqueness it has in the committee of nations. Nigeria is you and I. And the reason you have been invited into this program is so that you can begin to sit down and think ahead and begin to ask yourself questions. If I am Nigeria, what future do I want for Nigeria and other Nigerians who are living in this geographical location with me? That is why you are here. You are here for taking responsibility towards the future or towards the destiny of your nation. So it's not just a program, it's a call. It's a call to responsibility, it's a call to action. And like Mercy said when she was giving introduction, this program is going to challenge you. Yes, it's very short. It's going to take 3 weeks, about 8 weeks, and then of course when you add your projects, it might extend more than that, but it's going to challenge you. It's going to force you to ask yourself certain questions, and it's going to force you to begin to think differently about how you identify or how you do things in Nigeria as a citizen or as someone who believes that they have come to personalize Nigeria. So when we hear power shift, for instance, power shift is not just talking about political power or those in position. Okay, even though it is part of it. But when you hear power shift, what we are talking about is shifting power from those who don't have any business to do with leadership to those who are trained and prepared to lead. One of the things that is affecting us in Nigeria is that we are not intentional about leadership. Okay. Most times, what we see is accidental leadership. People who are not prepared to lead, people who don't have vision for leadership or vision for their community, get involved in political office, and then we expect things to change. Okay. Part of what we want to do through Power Shift is to create an intentional movement that will identify young people within the community, prepare and empower them, and then release them into different spheres of society to begin to carry out change projects. Okay. And we are doing that in three simple ways. First is collaboration. First is collaboration. What do we mean by collaboration? Many of us are isolated. You are here. I've had you guys introduce yourself during the pledge. There's someone here from Kaduna. There's someone here from different parts of the country, and we are isolated voices on our own. We believe in a better Nigeria. We believe in a future for Nigeria, but we are all isolated voices on our own in our community, trying to do our best, trying to make contribution. Okay. But if you see, if change must come, anywhere you see change happen in the world, one thing you will understand is that change must be organized. And one of the things you are doing by getting involved in this program is that you are coming into an environment where you are going to be organizing change with other young people across across Nigeria. Okay, so we don't want you to have an isolated voice. We want you to be involved together with other young people across Nigeria to begin to carry out change. So one key thing that you are going to be hearing so much throughout the course of this fellowship is collaboration. Is collaboration. One of the greatest disadvantage of young people in Nigeria is not the fact that there are no jobs. It's not the fact that there is insecurity. It's not the fact that things are not going the way it should go in the country. It's simply based on the fact that we are not organized. We are not networked. We don't collaborate with each other. And that is why some of the things we are supposed to achieve, together as young people, we are unable to achieve it. Okay. So you are going to be hearing a lot about collaboration. And I believe that collaboration is key. United we stand. When we unite against a common enemy, you will be shocked how far and what we can be able to achieve with that. Okay. So as you go through this fellowship, go to think of collaboration. Okay. You are going to be assigned to groups, network with your people, plan, work together to achieve that your goal, to achieve that vision, to achieve that thing that you have set for yourself. Don't wait till you have an opportunity tomorrow to change Nigeria. That change begins today through your actions, through your collaboration, through your responsibility. If fellowship is by 7 p.m., show up on time. Show up on time. Take notes, ask questions, participate. If there are quizzes, make sure you take your quiz. If there are courses you need to go through online, make sure you go through it. Be involved in the training process. We are as strong as each other. Okay. So that means that if someone is strong here within us and we have somebody else that is weak, it's also going to affect the team, it's going to affect the collaboration. Okay. And as you go through this journey, make sure that you carry along others. Okay. Remind your group members, remind your friends that you've made through the fellowship that we have to finish this. Remember why you started, and remember it's because of the future of Nigeria. Okay. The second thing that you are also going to be hearing a lot, through the fellowship is trust. Okay. This is an opportunity for us to rebuild Nigeria by first rebuilding trust. Nigeria has been, defragmented, to a very great extent. We have been polarized across religion, across ethnicity, and the divide has eaten so deep that we as Nigerians are no longer see ourselves through the eyes of being in Nigeria, through the eyes of nationhood. We always see ourselves through the eye of religion or through the eye of ethnicity. Okay, part of what collaboration is going to do is that it's going to bring us together to begin to trust each other, to begin to look beyond where we come from to where we want to go to, the vision we want to accomplish, the dream that we want to build. What is that dream in our heart for Nigeria? Okay, that is what we want to begin to work together to bet that dream. Okay, so we are going to rebuild trust. When you are reading the pledge, you notice where we talked about moving beyond our pain, moving beyond our hurt, moving beyond the things that divide us to identifying issues that build us and bind us together so that we can achieve this vision. You are also going to be hearing about institutions. Individuals don't bring change. Individuals don't bring change. It is institutions that bring change. Okay. So isolated on your own, it will be difficult for you to affect change. But networked in different states, in different community, in different, geopolitical zones in Nigeria, gives us that effectiveness to carry out any positive transformation that we ever dream of. The last thing you are also going to be hearing in this fellowship a lot is about leadership. It's about taking responsibility. And where does it start from? It starts from you raising your voice. It starts from you coming into conversations, and bringing the vision, the knowledge of how things should be and how things should work in our environment, which is very, very important. Okay. We want you to move from being a spectator, someone who complains about what is going on in the country, why things are not working, to someone who starts thinking of solutions, who start thinking of what can I do to make a positive contribution? What can I do to make a difference? What can I do to make my environment, Nigeria, a better place? Okay, so you are being invited to collaborate, to build trust, and to begin to lead and influence not just your environment, but to build an influence across Nigeria. Okay, so like I said, it's not just a program. You are coming into a system of active Nigerians who are united to make a difference, and it goes beyond the fellowship. By the time in the course of the fellowship, you have an opportunity to interact with many other wonderful facilitators, many other individuals. Some of them are former uh, 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 cohort members just like you. Maybe they were in cohort 1, cohort 2, or cohort 3, and today they are serving in different areas within power shift. You'll be able to hear them, you'll be able to hear their story, you'll be able to hear what they are doing in the community. And I want you to be challenged, but not just challenged. I want you also to be able to take action and say that enough is enough, and then you need to do something. Usually when people hear that things are not going well in Nigeria, the first thing that comes into their mind is that they want to resort to action. They want to carry placards, go to the streets, and then make noise. But if you study the history of activism, you will see that hardly is any nation changed by the struggle in the streets. Hardly is any nation changed by young people carrying placards, destroying things in the streets. Hardly is any nation changed by that. Change comes by organization. That means that we have to be organized. We must identify a vision. We must continue to build through discipline. Identify people who share the same values and ideology with us. And then over time, giving ourselves time, we will now be able to reposition, into building a new vision for our country. And that is what this is all about. Okay. It's not just about the fight in our community. We are fighting, yes, but we are fighting a different kind of fight. We are fighting, to have discipline. We are fighting to collaborate. We are fighting to trust each other. We are fighting to see each other differently. We are fighting to see a new vision, to see a new dream. There's something that happened to me so many years ago when I was in the university. I picked up a small book, not a very big book, called The American Dream. And I began to read this book, talking about the American dream, talking about the dream of an average American, talking about what they want America to be, not just amongst, the Western nations or community of nations where they exist, but across the world. They were talking about the vision of America and what they want America to be. And as a very young man, I was in the university. I sat down there on that chair and I was asking myself, what is the Nigerian dream? And since that day till today, I have not stopped asking that question. What is the Nigerian dream? What are we building? Could it be the reason why we have not been able to form a nation? Could it be the reason why we have not been able to fight together? Because we don't even know where we are going to. Okay, maybe a few leaders might have an idea where they are going to, but it's not communicated. What is the ideal dream? What is the vision? What are we building? What do we want Nigeria to become? It is not about politics. It is about sitting down to craft a vision, to craft a nation, to build a people and say, okay, this is what we believe in and this is who we want to become. And then we start working towards it. What is the Nigerian vision? But you see, like I said when I was starting, when we say a Nigerian vision, we are not talking about a geographical location. We are talking about a people. So, what is your vision of Nigeria? What is your dream of Nigeria? Maybe one of you, okay, a few people can just, go to the chat box, type for me your Nigerian dream. What do you see? What do you envision Nigeria to be? I want to quickly see the fastest fingers. Let me see the ones I will mention. Go to the chat and type your vision for Nigeria, the vision you have, the dream you have for Nigeria. And the goal of this program is that we want to come together. um Bash Mande said, I see a new Nigeria only when we have a revolution. Awesome. What kind of revolution? Okay, so this program you are invited in is a revolution. Sometimes we think of revolution as taking actions in the street, but revolutions can be subtle. Revolutions can be quiet. We can build intentionally. We can network ourselves, and then it becomes very strong. It said, okay, changing our mindset. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So I want to welcome you guys officially to this conversation. Um, Security, I think someone is typing Wadasco, security, inclusive education, and justice. Peter Jacob said, my vision is to unite and bring peace and prosperity. Awesome, awesome. Wonderful contribution. So this is what we are trying to do. Okay. We are trying to come together as Nigerians with vision for a country, identify those who share these same values and vision, and then we network ourselves and begin to build intentionally. Okay, I want to welcome you. Let me not spend so much time, speaking to you today. We are going to have, a lot of conversations. You are going to see me in class as well, and we'll have an opportunity to interact, and dive deeper into the various conversations that we are going to be bringing to you. Want you to stay open, okay? Want you to come with your own ideas, bring in your own conversations. We are going to have a lot of room to talk. It's not just going to be a one-way conversation where you come, you sit, you listen to others. No, it's going to be, a two-way conversation where you are going to have an opportunity to ask questions, have an opportunity to contribute ideas to conversations, and we are all looking forward to that. Personally, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be here every day, even the days I'm not speaking. You're going to see me also listening to others, to learn so that we can build and do things differently. Okay. Once again, I want to welcome you. Okay. This is an opportunity for you to make a difference. This is an opportunity for you to be a history maker. This is an opportunity for you to join a group of people who are committed, not just as a commitment, but as a covenant to see a new Nigeria. Okay. Um, one of the things I want to say is that Africa, Africa and Nigeria as well does not suffer because of lack of resources. You can see that Nigeria is blessed with arable lands, with human capacity, with a lot of things that could make us even, the number one nation in the earth. Okay. But you can see today, that is not our experience. And it's not because that where we are, it's impossible for us to attain those things. It is simply because of leadership. We lack responsible leadership. John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership, and that is why we are where we are as a nation. Okay, so one of the things I want you to remember is that your generation will not remember you for what you complained about, but they will remember you for what you built. This is something I constantly remind myself, and I believe that everyone you see in Power Shift have this ingrained in their hearts. That is not about our present condition. It's about the future that we want to build. It is not about who we are and what we want, but what we want to leave behind as legacy for the future generation. And that is why you are here, to build a legacy, not just to be a spectator, but to be a contributor, a builder, of a new Nigeria. Okay. So power shift is not about what you are going to gain. That is not what this fellowship is about. It's about who you are going to become and the things that you are going to eventually contribute. Okay. So by the end of this journey, one of the things I am hoping to see, is that you will be able to start thinking differently. You begin to start acting differently, and you begin to start leading differently wherever you find yourself. You just begin to do things differently. Okay. Welcome once again. I'm happy to, have this privilege to speak to you guys today. Remember, uh, uh, it is more powerful to it is powerful to have knowledge, but it is more powerful to take action on the knowledge that you have. Okay. Welcome once again, and I'm going to be speaking to you guys a little soon. Thank you so much. Welcome, and God bless you. I'll hand over to Mercy now. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so, so much. Nigeria will not remember you just because you complained, but Nigeria will remember you because you built while others were complaining. I have always said it that whenever you listen to Mr. Nonso, prepare to get nuggets. I just got one. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate this session. As a matter of fact, whenever I listen to you, there's always something new I go home with. And I must say that you are a man of wisdom. We are so grateful to God for blessing us with a man like you at a time like this. Man of the moment, please take your flowers. Thank you so much, sir. Um, Very quickly, I want to I know we have questions, right? Yes, we are expected to have questions, but I would like us to write them down as we will take all questions at the end of the sessions. Okay, we'll take all questions at the end of the session. So write it down. I will definitely reach out to us at the end of the sessions so we can take your question. Very quickly, I want to celebrate the first fellow that joins this fellowship today, Alamin, right? Alamin was the first fellow from this cohort that joined this call today. And I want us to just celebrate him, celebrate Alamin. Well done and keep it up. Just know that we are watching, right? Everyone who is due for one celebration or the other will be duly celebrated, all right? So this is a good start for you, Alamin. Keep it up. Very quickly, I know in your mind you'll be thinking, um, what is this fellowship about? How did it start? What are the mission statement? What is the vision for this fellowship? Or who is the brain behind this fellowship? Think no further as we have our own Deputy Executive Director, PowerShift Africa, who would be enlightening us on everything we need to know about PowerShift Africa. As a matter of fact, this person mentored me while I joined when I joined this fellowship. I am a product of Cohort 2, and I am proud of it. Yes, very, very proud of it. So she mentored me, and it has not been the same. Beyond changing my narrative as a young girl or as a girl in Nigeria, personal relationship also has had a way of affecting my life as a person. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not busy, please join me celebrate our own Amina Jubril, the Deputy Executive Director of PowerShift Africa, as she takes the mic to give us the overview of PowerShift Africa. Please, ma'am, the mic is yours. Thank you. Let's keep celebrating till she takes the mic. Keep celebrating, keep celebrating. Yes. Okay. So before we have Amina step up, I want to tell us a little about who she is. All right. Um, Amina is Amina Jubril is a very wonderful information professional with years in advocacy, an environmental enthusiast. At this moment, I want us to save our time, so I would appeal that we take up her profile on a more convenient date. You know, I made us a promise that I'm not going to waste our time, right? And I want to stick to it as a proper Nigerian that I am. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep protocols and hand the mic over to our own Amina Jibril as she takes us on the overview of PowerShift Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you. Amina, you have the mic now. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mercy. Good evening, everyone. It's always nice hearing Mercy give me that kind. She inspired me to say more whenever I join for that wonderful welcoming. And then, hi, Power Shifters. You are welcome to the Power Shift Africa Fellowship Cohort 4. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to take this session and also welcome you into the fellowship. I one thing that my prayer for you all before I go move into this is that as we start together, I will also want to be celebrating you at the end of the fellowship. So just like you're starting strong, I just want you to tighten your belt. You finish not just strong but stronger, energized and equipped to be the next set of transformational leaders in Nigeria. So I'm going to be walking you I'm going to be who we are. Hello, can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, please respond.
Yes, you can hear you.
Land down here.
Can hear you.
Okay. Please, thank you so much. At any point, if you can't hear me, notify me because my network is reacting. The network is against us, but God's willing, I'll deliver. So next slide, please. Hello, please, can I have the next slide?
We can hear you.
Okay, hold on. I think I'm the one not seeing the slide. All right, thank you so much. So I would like to introduce you to what PowerShift is all about. So PowerShift was founded in October 2020 during the NSAS protest. So our founder, Mr. Nonso Ilimani, felt that we as Nigerians need to go beyond just protest for us to be able to make changes happen, and to sustain that change, there is a need for us to go through a process, and that process must be organized. So that was the idea behind founding PowerShift Africa. So it is a platform for raising visionary young leaders that will drive transformative change. So, like I mentioned, our founder is Mr. Nunso Inamani, who founded this organization with a mission to redefine public and political leadership. Next slide. All right, so I will give you a brief overview of our history in PowerShift. In 2020, like I said, PowerShift was launched amidst the NSAS movement. In 2021, PowerShift hosted the first conference in Enugu and also launched the PowerShift book. So the PowerShift book is a powerful book, and you will really enjoy going through this book. It is going to really inspire you. And so in 2021 to 2022, PowerShift established the PowerShift Academy, started the Office of the Citizens online and across radio stations, also hold the Young and Capable campaign, voter registration campaign, hosted the PowerShift Africa conference, PowerShift conference in Abuja, and then in 2023 participated in the 2023 general elections. So in 2024, PowerShift rebranded and it expanded its focus across Africa, launching the PowerShift Africa Fellowship. In 2025, PowerShift witnessed institutional growth and leadership maturity. So we were able to hold three cohorts of the PowerShift Africa Fellowship in 2025, and we also launched the Campus Fix Change Makers Bootcamp. So this bootcamp is a student leadership program organized to help students become transformational leaders starting from their campus. All right, thank you. So our vision, mission, and values. In PowerShift, we envision an Africa where every individual thrives. So how do we envision every individual thriving? By making sure we equip these young individuals with this necessary knowledge to become transformational leaders. So by becoming transformational leaders, after going, you become active citizens, you become more involved, you no longer be a spectator, you become more involved in civic activities, and then every community prospers. How will every community prospers? By coming together. Once we are aware of the challenges we face, we come together to ensure we fight for changes. And then every nation contributes to a brighter and shared future. So once we come together, we make sure that and when everybody is involved, we contribute to a brighter and shared future for all. So our mission is to catalyze sustainable development, foster inclusive governance, and promote regional cooperation across Africa. So the next is our values, and this is something that is very dear to us in PowerShift. Everything we do is tied to these three values. The first is collaboration. When Mr. Nuso was speaking, he talked about collaboration, and we have trust and determination. So I'm going to be explaining this more in the course of my presentation. Next slide, please. All right, thank you so much. So I'm going to be talking about the fellowship now, which is why you're all here, why we are all gathered here. So this fellowship is all about providing emerging leaders with tools, resources, and support needed to drive meaningful change and foster a culture of active citizenship and responsible leadership. So the main aim behind this fellowship is to make sure that we are no longer spectators. We don't just sit at the sideline and watch things happen. We want to be in the midst of everything. We want to be the change makers. We want to ensure that these changes happen and these changes are going to be sustained. So the structure of this fellowship, the duration is 8 weeks. So our learning format, we have a blended virtual model. The first is an asynchronous learning through a self-paced sessions via our PowerShift Africa Learning Management System. You will be, our director of fellowship is going to walk you through what the learning management system is all about and how to use it. The second is we're going to be having a twice weekly live session, live virtual discussions where we'll be discussing things. You ask questions, we ask questions, we get to understand, interact and know and help shape your learning journey. Then so the core learning components, like I mentioned, we have the learning management system based learning modules. There are modules and then there are assignments and knowledge checks. We have peer interaction and collaborative learning. So you are going to be shared in groups. You'll be discussing and we are going to be discussing and collaborating with your peers, exchanging ideas and building solutions that are going to help that are going to help in solving real-time challenges we face. So we are also going to be having live discussions, just like this session we're having now. We're going to be having more of live discussion sessions, which is going to be twice weekly. Then there will also be mentorship and guided support. You're going to have in your various groups, you're going to be having mentors that will help in guiding you in your journey. Aside that, we also have individual projects where you take PowerShift straight to your community, solve a real-time challenge that is happening in your community. And aside that, to ensure that you collaborate well with your peers, you're going to be having a group project, exchange ideas, come up with a spectacular solution to some of the challenges we face in the country. So next slide, please. Thank you. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be discussing more about our values here. So everything we do in PowerShift Africa is tied to this process of change. The process of change is starting with activism. So this activism is all about us campaigning, advocating for change. Is it education? Is it on education? Is it health? We'll be building coalition, collaborating with different change makers, different young people to see that we bring about change in the society. And one of the values that is core to this process is collaboration. We don't work alone. So the idea is that there's a saying, a popular saying that okay, sorry. something just took that out from my head. So let me just restart. So one thing we need to believe is that the world we live in today, the nature of the world, we don't really need what we call a hero. We will have to collaborate. We'll have to collaborate because the challenges we face, in fact, just in one community in Nigeria alone, if they should give that one person, just a person to handle and solve these challenges, you'll see that the person might not take it. You might end up being exhausted. So it's very key for us to collaborate before we'll be able to bring about long-lasting change that is even going to outlive us. So through this activism, we become active citizens, meaning people that don't just wait in the sidelines to see things happen, people that don't complain, but people that are working tirelessly to see that change happens. So the next process of change is the engagement. How do we engage? Through community outreach, volunteering, youth engagement. We engage with people in our communities. Anywhere you find yourself as an active citizen, make sure you bring about change in that environment. Is it from your home, from the house? Are you doing something differently? If you are not, then you are not really being that power shifter that you're supposed to be. Bring about change in your house, bring about change in your offices, your community. That is what is going to make you stand out as a change and active citizen. And by doing this, you tend to gain trust, because when people see what you do, they see your ideas, they tend to trust you. And by doing that, when people trust you, they key into whatever you do. So when they do that, you bring about community change, because when they believe you, they believe in the idea you bring, and then you bring about community change. So then the last process of change is the political participation, where we engage in voter education, policy activity, advocacy, candidate support, and accountability. So in this last process of change, this is where we don't just say that no, we don't like the idea of politics, we don't want to be politicians and all that. No, we key in, is either we join as we vie for offices, or we hold the leaders we vote accountable. And one of the values that is key to this process of change is determination. You can't do it without determination. If you are not determined to bring about that change, it's not going to happen. You must put in effort. The effort must come in stages. So if you are determined to bring about that change, when you are determined, you talk about the sorry, excuse me, please. All right, sorry for that interruption. So when we talk about we hold voter education campaigns, we hold our leaders accountable, we bring about change in our communities, in the nation at large. So next slide, please. All right, thank you. So in this fellowship, yeah, we also recognize people who start strong, like I mentioned earlier, and then finish energized, finish strong, people that show great commitment to what we do. So we recognize and give this set of people award. We have award for exemplary fellow visionary leader, spirit of the team, innovative solution, outstanding projects, creative fellows, and so on. So if you want to be getting one of these awards, I think I don't need to tell you what to do. You know what to do. So let's move to the next slide. All right. So post-fellowship benefits. After completing the Scholarship Africa Fellowship, fellows join the Active Citizens Network. So PowerShift is the fellowship is not just about getting certificates and moving on. We keep our fellows to become part of our Active Citizens Network. And what do you do in this Active Citizens Network? You take on leadership role and actively serve in one of our work groups. So we have different work groups that handle the fellowship, work group that handle other activities we do in PowerShift. And I know we are going to walk you through all these during the course of your fellowship. So in fact, I will hold on here to tell you that I am also a proud alumni of this fellowship. I was part of Cohort 1, And after I finished, I joined the Active Citizens Network. I refused to be a spectator, and I became the director of fellowship, which I also I was responsible for coordinating with my other team members were responsible for coordinating cohort 2 fellowship, cohort 3 fellowship, and we are still on it. We are still working, and I even I'm now currently I transitioned to become the deputy executive director. That's to show you in Power Shift Africa, we grow, we don't just stay in one place, we grow. Then the next thing I would like to talk about is that in this Active Citizens Network, you continue to network with peers and mentors, building valuable collaboration. Okay, building valuable collaboration. I'll soon be done. All right, so the next is to contribute. You also contribute. All right, thank you. So we also contribute to mentoring and training the next set of fellows, strengthening the fellowship community. So just like I mentioned earlier, you'll be having mentors, and these mentors are also fellows from the previous cohorts. That's to show you, like I mentioned, we grow in Power Shift Africa. So next is also strengthen capacity as change makers, driving sustainable impact across Africa. We'll continue to have projects that will help in driving sustainable impact across Africa. Then, just like I showed you, we still have recognition and awards even after the fellowship. We recognize the efforts of outstanding fellows who receive certificates, public recognition, and token prizes. So next slide, please. All right, so in everything we do, we are guided by certain rules, and the rules here are as listed. I'll just go through it because my time is almost up. Respect and dignity, active participation, punctuality and commitment, constructive communication. So I have to hold on here. Why constructive communication? No hate speech. When you want to talk to a fellow, think of it like you are talking to yourself. Don't tell anybody what you will not want anyone to tell you. So you have to be constructive in your communication. Stay focused and relevant. Make sure you collaborate with your peers. Let there be teamwork. Be accountable for whatever you do. And last but not the least, you have to uphold Power Shift Africa values. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, Power Shift Africa Fellowship is intentionally designed to move beyond theory into action. So through the learning management system model, structured discussion, mentorship, and hands-on project, fellows are equipped not just to learn, but to think critically, collaborate effectively, and deliver real community impact. The true legacy of Power Shift lies not in the fellowship itself, but in the leaders it ignites. That's to show you that our legacy is in the leaders we build from Power Shift Africa Fellowship. So next slide, please. So as I leave today, I want to leave you with this. Let Power Shift echo in your voices, shine through your power, and be seen in the change you create. Once again, welcome to the Power Shift Africa Fellowship Cohort 4, and I wish you a very wonderful journey, inspiring and motivating as well. I'll wait to celebrate you at the finish line. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm handing over to Mercy. Bye.
If you're not celebrating Amina, you're jealous. Yes, If you're not celebrating Amina, which other word should I use? If you're not celebrating Amina, you're jealous. See, this is a woman with so much wisdom. Well done, Amina. Thank you so much for giving us what our mission and vision statements are. And you even went to the point of telling us some of the things you need to do, to become successful. I was one of the persons celebrated during my graduation as a member of the cohort too. And like she said, there's a lot to be done, but you know what you're supposed to do. You don't need to, on the long run, you see that you don't need to be told. Participate, show yourself, do your best, and you see yourself being celebrated. Well done, Amina. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, we love you dearly. Now, while you were talking, while Amina was talking, she made mention of the fact that everybody needs to respect one another. She also mentioned that you need to talk to people constructively, right? So to do more work on that is the director of fellowship, Power Shift Africa. Um, he is going to be giving us the rules and regulation, which involves the etiquettes, the code of conduct, and things that will help you walk through this process or through this exercise of about 8 weeks. Batet is the director of fellowship, Power Shift Africa. He is also an alumni of this beautiful fellowship. Dear friends, don't forget to keep your questions written down somewhere, as we will be taking it as soon as Mr. Batet is done with this session. Mr. Batet, you have the mic. Please take us on the rules and regulation of the Power Shift Africa Fellowship, and I cannot take it up from there. Thank you so much. You have the mic.
Thank you,
Please
thank you,
celebrate,
thank you
Batet, to
very
celebrate.
much. Thank you very much. I don't know why you guys are not excited today. I want to see the reactions. I want to see the emojis. I want to see everything that shows that you are happy to be here today. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's lovely seeing these reactions. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. No?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think Amina has had mentioned one or two things that is critical in being part of the fellowship, and I would be mentioning the standing rules, etiquette, and everything that applies to the fellowship. Give me 1 minute. Yes, let's go. Thank you. So let's go down. Let's go down. So this document is the work group, what the fellowship work through, and the Partnership Africa is a virtual leadership and civic engagement program designed to build capacity in activism, governance, community organization, and storytelling. Through weekly virtual sessions and practical projects, fellows are equipped to become changemakers in their various communities and even beyond. So this is not just a Nigerian thing, this is an African thing. Wherever you find yourself, we want you to be change makers. Now, what are the objectives, the fellowship objectives? This is to deepen civic awareness among young Africans, to build capacity in leadership, advocacy, and digital activism. We do not just want you to be spectators, as earlier mentioned, but we want you to be an active citizen. We want to promote unity through collaboration across diverse backgrounds. I remember when I was reading through some of the introductions, I saw some people from Sokoto, I saw someone from Kogi, I saw someone from Niger, I saw someone from Kaduna, and saw someone from Enugu, from Imo State, from Akwa Ibom and Cross River. Now, why are we here? We are here to collaborate. People from diverse communities from diverse states coming together for a common purpose. That is why we are here, to collaborate to achieve that purpose as change makers. I call you guys power shifters because we are here to change or to shift power, not violently, but changing the narrative, changing the mindset, so that we would ensure that the future generation will get to benefit a lot from us. We're also to encourage community-led actions for governance and social change. During the course of the fellowship, like earlier mentioned, we'll be engaging in various individual and group projects. Now, these projects are meant to positively um, affect your communities. So these are things that you look at your communities. What are your communities lacking? How can you step in to ensure that there's a change with those issues that you've noticed? Now, what are the communication values that we appreciate in PowerShift? Now, official announcements are sent via the general WhatsApp group by the communications officer. I'm aware that everyone here is already in the WhatsApp platform. So every official information will be sent to that WhatsApp platform through the communications officer. The mentors are also to share information within their specific groups. Now we'll be having groups. We'll be having 13 groups. Each and every one of you will be shared across these 13 groups, and it's expected that whatever interactions, whatever conversations you'll be having it in your groups. I want to beg you, please and please, don't allow your group to live fallow. Don't allow it to be silent. If there's anything that needs to be discussed, it should be discussed in your group. Don't wait for somebody to begin to stir up conversations. At the end of every session, at the end of every video you watch, let's come to the group. Let's discuss these things. It's going to sharpen our minds. It's going to sharpen our hearts to what we want to achieve in PowerShift. But if we are always going to fold our hands and wait for one instruction or one update to come, we are not utilizing the best from PowerShift fellowship. So I want to indulge each and every one of us in our various groups, whatever conversation that pertains this fellowship, let's ensure we have it in our group. Let's speak to our mentors. Let's speak to our group leaders. Let's speak to ourselves. Very, very important. Then ensure that you regularly check both on the platforms, that's both on the general platform as well as your group platform, for any updates that you might have missed. Very important. Ensure you check these platforms in case you've missed any information. Then I would even want to encourage you, begin to have friends from now. From today, begin to get to know people, network, so that even if there's any information that you might have missed and it might be taking you too long to get to the WhatsApp platform, you can easily connect with your fellow mentees. Then, what are the fellowship expectations? Classes are held virtually via Google Meet. You are expected to be very punctual and fully present. Now, due to the fact that we respect religious belief and religious practice, we are aware that Muslims go to pray from 7 o'clock. So we are going to give the grace of 10 minutes for the Maghrib and Isha prayers respectively. So as soon as it's 7, you are permitted to go take your prayer, then come back by 7:10. We start fully. This is religious inclusion. And we also have participation in all ideology class is mandatory. So we have 3-4 ideology classes. Ensure that you participate in all of these ideology classes. We have the reconciliation and new identity, we have trust, we have determination. We do not have any reason to miss these classes. The timetable was sent to us, so we should mark our calendar. Now, it doesn't mean that you are going to miss other classes because I said these classes are mandatory to attend. It doesn't mean that you must miss other classes. Please, let's make sure that we attend all of the classes. But these particular classes, the ideology classes, are power packs, and they are going to speak to the ideology of power shifts. You cannot miss it for any reason. Then Submission of individual project and on voter education and civic rights with proof, pictures and videos are compulsory. Tomorrow we'll be having the walkthrough for the project, so we'll discuss more on that tomorrow. But every assignment, every project, it's mandatory you submit. If you don't submit, you're not graduating. If you don't submit, you're not graduating. The submission of all assignment, maximum 3, 4, is also compulsory. So when an assignment is given, we are expecting that you submit this assignment. And you are not just submitting this assignment, you are submitting the assignment in due time. We are Nigerians, I know. We might say we have Nigerian time. In PowerShift, there's no Nigerian time. When we say submit something by 20th of January, we are expecting that on the 20th of January, every submission has come, not 21st, not 1 minute later. Please let us take it as a point of duty. We cannot be saying we want to be past shifters, we want to change the narrative, and we still have the same old ideology as Nigerians. Far from that. Then we are moving quickly to the naming formats. I noticed that quite a number of us have joined the WhatsApp platform with various names. Some are using their nickname, some are using their business name. I want to encourage you for the course of this program, please, to ensure smooth communication, accurate record keeping, and proper identification throughout the fellowship. I want to please encourage us. Please, all participants must adhere to the following naming and email guideline. Now, what format do we expect for the names? Fellows are required to use the format below as their WhatsApp display name when joining sessions, submitting assignments, or participating in group activities. Let's go down, please. We wouldn't want to see AK101. Scroll down. We wouldn't want to see AK101 in our as a display name. If your name is Adamu, for instance, Adamu Mohammed, please want to see Adamu Mohammed, especially as how you've written it in your during your submission. No AK101, no Beauty Lizzie 204, no very dark man or very dark white man 101 and all of those things. Please, we want to have your name as you applied for the fellowship. No nickname, no abbreviation, no now you understand what I'm trying to say. So we wouldn't want to have difficulties identifying who is who and what submission we are getting from you guys. Like it said, the format here is your first name, your last name. Amina Jubril should be what we should be seeing. We shouldn't be seeing all those examples I give. I don't want to flog on that. Then your official emails, the emails that you registered with during your fellowship is what we are expecting. We wouldn't want to be seeing I don't know, I'm using AK47. Sorry. So I wouldn't want to be seeing AK47 101 at gmail.com. We want to have an official mail. Like for myself, I have my personal email, but when it comes to professional settings, I have my professional email, and that is what I'm operating with. That is what I joined this call with. We wouldn't want to be having to see some of these funny emails that are not recognized. Thank you. Move down.
A kunne na ne ji daɗin sa kawai. Wani ji daɗi.
Move
Allah ya
down.
ji.
Move down. Move down. So this will help mentors and moderators to identify you easily while giving tasks, attendance, organize submissions, and even manage attendance. Thank you. Now, what are the codes of conduct for this fellowship? As a PowerShift Africa Fellow, you are not just a participant. You are stepping into a movement, a transformative journey, and this fellowship is rooted in bold ideas, a mindset shift, and a deep commitment to building a better Nigeria and Africa at large. Like I earlier mentioned, it's not just a Nigerian thing, it's an African thing. Fellows are expected to uphold the values of PowerShift Africa in their actions, interactions, or responsibilities, whether online or offline during sessions and in their community projects. We want you to be ambassadors, true ambassadors of PowerShift. So when you go to the field for your individual project, we want you to represent PowerShift very, very well. Do not do anything that will tarnish your image as an individual or to tarnish the reputation of PowerShift as an organization. Now, what are the core expectations? Lead with respect. Treat all facilitators, moderators, mentors, and fellows participants with dignity, regardless of diverse views or background. Every voice matter. I want to applaud you guys. Please let me. Where's my this? Let me applaud you guys. You guys have shown tremendous commitment to the program. You guys have respected yourself, respected values, respected communications. I want to applaud you guys for a wonderful job today. And I'm expecting that throughout the course of this fellowship, you also carry on with this good nature you started with. Please ensure that we respect everyone's opinion. And my lecturer will say, I respect your opinion. It might be diverse, it might be different from what I believe, but I still respect your opinion. I respect your perspective. It is for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn from what we think we know, so that we become better individuals in the community. Now, to commit to foster positive engagement, we are to avoid any form of abusive, discriminatory, or disrespectful behavior. No language and conduct must reflect our shared value. I've mentioned this already. No foul language is expected from each and every one of us as fellows of PowerShift Africa season cohort 4. Please, no foul language, no derogatory language or words to be used on your fellows, your mentors, or even to the leaders of PowerShift as a whole. Let us refrain from anything that would jeopardize a smooth run of this fellowship. Now, practice integrity and responsibility. Be present, be accountable, be committed. Be committed. The PowerShift Fellowship is not just about receiving a certificate. It is about living out the change we desire to see. Please, I would emphasize on this and I'll just move to this next point. Be present. Always be present for every of our sessions. And when you need to go and take the LMS platform, please ensure that you take the LMS platform religiously. No corner, no jumping the queue, no shunting. And be accountable, please. It is very important, and be committed. When you are being given a group project, a group assignment, when you are asked to convey for group meetings, please be committed to these things. You cannot move. I think Mr. Nonso said something about we cannot succeed as an individual. We cannot do it alone. We need to collaborate, and that is why we are here. We need to collaborate. Then, moving on, I just mentioned collaboration, and now I'm speaking of collaboration. Collaborate and build together. Embrace teamwork, support one another, and contribute actively to group projects and class activities. Very, very, very important. It doesn't need to be um um it just needs to be stuck to our head. We need to be present when we are being called upon. Then embody the mindset of shift. This fellowship is about transforming and our perspective, moving from apathy to action, from complaint to contribution. Fellows must strive to be intentional in their growth and impact. Intentionality is what is the watchword here. Let us always ensure to be intentional. If I'm to do something, I want to do it. I want to achieve it because I've set my mind to do it. That is what we are expecting from each and every one of you. Next, please. Now, what are the certification criteria? Now, all fellows must attain at least 70% class attendance. 70% class attendance. I know we've heard LMS here. That's the learning management system. Some of you might want to have questions on that. We're here to answer the questions, and I will walk you guys through how to configure your LMS platform. So, which is approximately 20 sessions or 40 hours to be eligible for graduation. Now, active participation in both group and individual projects. You must, not should, not shall. You must be actively, you must be an active participant in both your group and individual project. You cannot do one and leave the other. You have to do all of the three together. Then you have to be prompt. You have to give prompt response to message about the fellowship and adhering to instructions. Then lastly, you have to promptly submit the evaluation and feedback. Okay. Then you need to be prompt to feedback and evaluation about the fellowship. Thank you very much. I believe that we've heard all of these things. The support system. So this document will be sent to us in our group. You are going to have mentors as mentioned. We have the moderators, we have facilitators, we have the community engagement officer who is going to provide templates for guide for the individual and the individual projects as well as the group project. Tomorrow we'll find out all of this, more information on this. The last slide. You guys are not clapping for me. I'm saying thank you. Let's clap for me. Thank you very much. So we'll be having more conversation tomorrow, and I will get to give you more insight on how the LMS platform works. Please look at your email. You'll get an email this evening. As soon as you get the email, there's a link you will get. As soon as you get the email, sign up to the platform. Then tomorrow I will show you how to navigate through the LMS platform. Thank you very much. Over to you, Madam. Merci.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Battet. One word for me: contribute, be a part, and do not use derogatory words on anyone. That is my take home from your session today, and I believe that everyone listened and enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Mr. Battet. It was a very wonderful session listening to you. All right, like I promised, we're going straight into the question and answer session. And I wouldn't want to handle that myself so that I wouldn't be the only one talking. So permit me to hand over the mic to our own Victory, so she can handle the question and answer session for us. I remember telling every one of us to put down our question and our questions. So right now is the time. Bring it out. Ask your questions to any of the facilitators, from the overview down to the keynote speech by Mr. Nonso, and also the rules and regulation. Any questions surrounding PowerShift Africa and what has happened today? My Victory, please, you have the mic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mercy Benson. It's such a delight to welcome you all to the fourth cohort of the PowerShift Africa Fellowship. You're in for a transformational journey, I tell you. Yeah, so for want of time, we'll just go straight into the question and answer. If you do have any question, kindly put your hands up, your virtual hands, and I'm going to call your name. Or you could drop your question in the chat box and then we would attend to them. Okay. The faster you do that, the better for us. Yeah, so we can leave here in good time. So we have Abdul Malik Adam Kida. The mic is yours. Go on with your question.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. Good evening, all.
Good
I want
evening.
to use this opportunity to thank PowerShift Africa for giving us the chance to be selected for this wonderful program. And then also you have the from the orientations, we have gained and heard a lot. Although the few concern I have about the timing for the prayer that was said by the speaker before, you know, the time prayer is depending on the location. Some places they used to enter prayer by 7:20, 7:30, 7:40. It depends on the location someone is. Like ours, we are residing in Maiduguri, so mostly our time for prayer is restarting from 7:20, then 7:30. That's all. So, and also, I don't know, maybe because sometime due to some kind of things for human being, in case maybe can we be having slides after the presentation so that that will help us to go through to understand better in case maybe if we miss something, but eventually maybe sometime because of some few activities. So thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. So I'll be handing over to our Director of Fellowship, Mr. Bartet, to respond to that question. Bartet, over to you, sir.
Okay, so very nice observation. You've pointed out um I know I had human constraint, which means that maybe after 10 minutes we might not get to see you. And it might now serve as an excuse not to be present. First things first, the conversations we'll be having would not be having slides, right? These are going to be every live session we are having from next week is going to be conversational. We'll be interacting amongst ourselves. The LMS platform that I mentioned has everything that we need. So once we are able to log into the LMS, we can always go back to learn and watch the videos as many times as possible. But for the live session, it's going to be discussion. So when we say discussion, unfortunately, that's why you have to ensure that when you're going to pray, you go for your prayers and come back almost immediately so that you will not miss much of what the conversations have been all about. So I want to encourage you, take your time, watch all of the sessions on the LMS platform. Then when we come for discussion, when you go for your prayers, please do well to come back in the quickest time quickest time possible. Thank you very much. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bartet. I hope we're able to do justice to your question. So we have our Lawan. The mic is yours. You can ask your question. Thank you.
Well, good evening, Power Shift Africa. And I think I want to use this medium to thank Power Shift Africa for giving us this opportunity to be in this fellowship Cohort 4. And I think the question I have has already been answered about the slide. And I think the director has said that the from now is it's going to be a discussion. So I think my question has been answered. Only that I want to plead if we can get the slides for today so that we go through the rules and regulations and other stuff so that we can be able to abide and get acquainted with all of them. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawan. So I'm going to be reading some questions from the chat box. I think we have two of them. The first question is, does PowerShift Africa has a legal backing, and what license does the movement has? So PowerShift is registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And the next question is, how can fellows effectively build and sustain strong community networks that leads to long-term positive impact, especially in local Nigerian communities? So permit me to invite our own amiable director, Deputy Executive Director Amina, to respond to these two questions. So Amina, the mic is yours. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Victory. So I had to go through the question again. Okay, how can fellows effectively build and sustain strong community networks that lead to long-term positive impact, especially in local Nigerian communities? So, like I mentioned when I was presenting earlier, I said that we work with a process of change, the activism part, the activity part, community engagement. So whatever we are doing in this fellowship is trying to build your capacity trying to equip you with the knowledge and tools necessary for you to engage in activism, advocacy, and also not just in getting involved, but making sure that you organize this, it's being organized in a system that is sustainable. So through the course of this fellowship, there will be ideology classes like the director of fellowship mentioned. Aside the ideology classes, we also have other different classes. It will walk you through how to engage online, how to engage physically, ethical ways to engage, and so many other things. All you need to do is relax and enjoy the fellowship. We're going to walk you through all these ways of trying to build effective and strong engagement in Nigeria's local communities. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Musbau. If I have, please just give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you so much. Over to you, Victory.
Okay, thank you so much, Amina, for that. There's one more question for you to respond to. Does Scholarship Africa has a legal backing, and what license does the movement has?
Okay, so reason why I didn't really go through it, I heard you saying that, yeah, we are registered. Scholarship Africa is a registered organization. We're registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And one thing we do in Scholarship Africa is that whatever we do is we are backing everything with is legally backed. We don't do things to we don't go into active protests and other things. Everything we do is legally backed. So that's all I have to say for now. Victory, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, the two questions there are similar. One is there any means we can meet one-on-one with other fellows? Then the other question is, aside the virtual session, is there physical meetings of fellows? So these questions are similar. I'll just quickly respond to this so we could save time. Like the deputy, like the director of fellowship said, our programs, the fellowship is 100% virtual. However, you do have your physical projects that you'll be doing, and he has already taken you through that process. So meeting with your fellow during the fellowship might not, I mean, you might not have a physical meetup. However, we have the ACN network, like we said, after you graduate. So Power Shift is power packed. So we have lots of engagement, and after you go through this process, you have other activities you'll be doing at the state level, and then you might now start having physical meetings. But for now, for the course of the fellowship, it's 100% virtual. Yeah, so okay, please, I just signed my availability form. I'm not on the WhatsApp group. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, we'll get in touch with you, or you could kindly drop your contact, your WhatsApp number, so we could chat you up and then know what your situation is like. I believe that the director of fellowship will look into it and then decide next step or way forward. So on this note, thank you so much all for the questions, and I believe we're able to respond to all the questions that you asked. I'll be handing over now to our amazing moderator for today, Mercy Benson, as she takes over from here. So over to you, Mercy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Victory. Thank you so much for taking that session, and you so handled it beautifully. I am super grateful. Mr. Buttett, I think right now we are available for your closing remark. Thank you. Okay, Amina, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you, Mercy. So I just want to add further information. So Another way that we ensure we keep our engagement is through the ACN, our Active Citizens Network. Like I mentioned earlier, through the Active Citizens Network, we make sure that we continuously engage our fellows. We continuously build their capacity. We work on real time projects that provide real-time solutions to challenges we face in the country. So that's also another way for you to provide long-term positive impact in, especially like you said, in Nigerian local communities. So I also want to plead with Mercy, since it's not yet 9, I want to suggest if we can get at least 1 or 2 feedback from the fellows. Thank you. Over to you, Mercy.
Okay, so when you say fellow, do you mean the present ones or the alumni? The ones who just had sessions with?
The one we just had session with.
Oh, okay. So right now it is open to anyone. I think we can take 1 or 2. We can give them about 2 minutes each to just give us a feedback from the entire session, if I am not mistaken. So you can quickly raise your hand if you have anything to say to us, to all of us. I'll take the first 2. Let's quickly take that. I promised us that I would keep to time as a patriotic Nigerian that I am and the product of PowerShift Africa. So okay, so let's have the hands. Let's get the hands. Let's see those beautiful hands. I'll raise my own hand though. Personally, I had very wonderful, or should I call somebody randomly? Okay, I think I will. Can I have is this Awal? Can I have Awal say something?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Awal, let me make you first rep. Say something on behalf of every other person here.
Yeah. Good evening once again, everyone here. On behalf of all the power speakers, Cohort 4, I want to use this medium to appreciate our moderators, our speakers, and everyone that has been here. This has been a wonderful session, and I think this beginning is a wonderful beginning. And on behalf of everyone, I say we look forward to having greater sessions, making impact in our community, and becoming future leaders and change makers. Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank you so much, Awel. You see, I just made you cost rep and you delivered. This is what we look forward to here at PowerShift Africa. All right, so Abdul Malik, your hand is up. So let's take you very quickly before we wrap up for the day.
Okay, thank you. Apology. Just want to get a clarifications about the project that the fiscal project I will be asked to do. Is it the PowerShift Africa management that will give us like an assignment to do, or we will come up with an initiative from our own end so that we will submit to you, review, and then if possible, you can ask us to work on it?
All right, Mr. Battet, I'm sure you can take that.
So we'll be having a session on that tomorrow. Just be patient. Tomorrow we'll discuss it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very last question, Mr. Umar, just very quickly so we can meet up with time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I just joined. It's now I just joined because I'm having some network issue. So I just, at least if I can just get a recap of please something I missed.
Okay, so because you joined in late, we forgive you, right? But tomorrow you need to join in very early. Do well to fix your network issues on time and join, because before we start tomorrow's session, we will do a rundown or a recap from today's session. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. Do well to join as early as possible, as we will be doing our recap before we start up the sessions for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Mr. Bartlett, the closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I like seeing these emojis. I like seeing the reactions. So let's be dropping them as we are closing for today. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone for showing up today. And this, I have to say that this fellowship is not just a fellowship, it is a movement. It is something that you have to actively step in. And the conversation that you will have, the project that you will work on, the relationships that you will build are all to shape you for a greater society. Remember, you are not just here by chance. You are here because your voice, your perspective, and your willingness to act matters. As we move forward, stay curious. I want to encourage you to stay engaged and do not hesitate to ask questions or seek support when you need it. We are always available to attend to you. Thank you for being part of Cohort 4. We are glad to have you on this journey with us, and we look forward to growing, learning, and creating impact together. Thank you, and thank you very much. Do have a lovely night rest.
Thank you, Mr. Bartlett. As we close today's session, remember that this fellowship is more than a program. It is a platform for purpose, growth, and bold leadership. Each of you is here because you carry the potential to shift power, shape narratives, and drive meaningful change across Africa. Take what you've heard today, reflect on it, and show up fully for the journey ahead. The work starts now, and the future we are building begins with each and every one of us. My name is Benson Mercy Chukudi Yarinze. I am the queen of the mic. Thank you for being part of PowerShift Africa Fellowship Orientation Exercise Day 1. Have a great evening and see you all tomorrow. Good night.
For a power shift. It is time for a power shift. Roll the beat, let's go. We've gotta stand. It is now, there's no better time. Now is the time to stand up strong. For Nigeria of our dreams, this is our time, young people. We've gotta walk for the right thing, no matter what. Now is the time to stand up strong. For Nigeria of our dreams, we've gotta talk, we've gotta act. You better start with what you have. Don't fold your arms and keep complaining. For the time to act is now. We may be young, but we are smart. It is now more than ever for a power shift. Setting the pace, we are united. For a new Nigeria. Oh, from the north to the south. Oh, from the east to the west. Oh, it is time, Nigeria. It is time for a power shift. Oh, from the north to the south. Oh, from the east to the west. Oh, it is time, Nigeria. It is time for a power shift. Yeah, yeah. It is time for a power shift. So me say now, roll the beat, let's go. We've gotta stand. It is now, there's no better time. Now is the time to stand up strong. For Nigeria of our dreams, this is our time, young people. We've gotta walk for the right thing, no matter what. Now is the time for a power shift. For Nigeria of our dreams, we've gotta talk, we've gotta act. You better start with what you have. Don't fold your arms and keep complaining. For the time to act is now. We may be young, but we are smart. It is now more than ever for a power shift. Setting the pace, we are united. For a new Nigeria. Oh, from the north to the south. Oh, from from the east to the west. Oh, it is time, Nigeria. It is time for a power shift. Oh, from the north to the south. Oh, from the east to the west. Oh, it is time, Nigeria. It is time for a power shift. Yeah, yeah.